Playing the AirBNB IPO. What's going on? I'm Ross here for your Business News Central update. Today the S&P 500 fell 0.19%. The Dow fell 148 points and the Nasdaq rose 0.45%. Today is going to be a bit of a different video because I've been asked a lot of questions by a lot of different people about the upcoming AirBNB IPO. So what I'm going to do is give my full breakdown of my thoughts surrounding this IPO and what I think is the best way to play it. Now, this is not intended as investment advice. This is just my analysis and my personal opinion of how I think it's going to play out. As I mentioned in a video earlier this year, AirBNB is set to go public via IPO and will begin trading on Thursday, December 10th. Airbnb resides in an industry that has been decimated by the coronavirus pandemic. The short-term housing rental and experience company thrives off of global tourism. And with a vaccine around the corner, a return to normal is within sight. This weekend, I read through Airbnb's S1 filing and then spent time building a financial model forecasting the company's next 10 years. This forecast was built Saturday and into Sunday early morning. It was announced that Airbnb will IPO at a price range between $45 and $50 a share. My model indicated that the value of Airbnb shares should be priced at around $62 a share under a base case scenario. So slightly higher than the announced IPO range, but relatively in line. It just so happened this morning that the underwriters of Airbnb's IPO announced that they're actually going to be increasing the IPO range to $56 to $60 a share. So I'll chalk that up as an early win for me. But this by no means is going to be a cheap stock. You'll probably be paying up for it, but that's fine because this is going to be a growth stock, not a value stock. The first 3 years after the IPO has the potential to be the best holding period for the stock because it is seeing tremendous growth from pent-up demand and people wanting to stay away from large crowds in hotels. The company will be moving towards profitability in that time frame. And really, they're going public at the perfect time in terms of both financial and economic markets, as well as people wanting to travel again and return to normal. 2021 will be a slow year with projections that it will take until June to return to 2019 monthly revenue growth. But Airbnb is very well positioned to observe record revenue growth in 2022. My projections show that Airbnb will have positive EBITDA in 2024. The company is somewhat cheap when you look at it from a price to book perspective, where it was compared to Booking.com and Expedia. The price to book ratio was also compared to Uber and Lyft's because they have similar business models. I'm not going to compare Airbnb to Marriott and Hilton hotels because those two companies have real estate assets on their balance sheet. Therefore, it would be a bad comparison. Uber and Lyft have similar business models where their assets are back-end productions for their front-end services, which is only guided by them, but not actually produced by these companies. Similarly to Airbnb. Recent IPOs have done very well this year. However, their first day of trading typically sees highs that are not exceeded until months after. We see this in both Snowflake and Palantir. As I mentioned, the IPO is priced at $56 to $60, but due to demand, I highly doubt that it will begin trading at those levels. This is such a highly anticipated IPO, and I think price action can get pretty crazy when it starts trading, and I think we can reach unsustainable highs. I think the most opportune time to buy would be in the days to weeks that follow the initial public listing, where shares can settle down and hopefully present a buying opportunity. As per my model, I think 3 years would be a good holding period as the company experiences substantial growth and moves towards profitability. But this projection could easily change depending on how the company performs from now until 2023. In summary, I think it pays to be patient here. And for the remainder of this week, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pullback in some other travel and leisure stocks as investors raise funds to prepare themselves for a position in Airbnb. Every day something happens, and I want you to know. We'll see you tomorrow.